Now I'm going to show you how to do a pour plate. For this method, we take an empty plate from a sterile pack. And we close up the bag to keep the rest of the plate. We label our plate with the culture, which in this case is E. coli, and with your name and the date. And you'll also need to write on what your agar is. Having labelled your plate, you put it lid up and make sure that the culture you're plating from is mixed. Return to a working flame. Going to take 100 microlitres of culture into our pour plate. In this case, you will follow your protocol. For 100 microlitres, we use the yellow tips and the yellow pipette. Check that it's set to 100 microlitres on the dial. Take your tip, then take your E. coli, mix it again. Take your bung, flame the neck to make sure that it's clean as before. Expel the air down to the first stop. Insert the tip just below the level of the liquid without touching the neck of the bottle or the sides on the way down. Slowly release the pressure to draw up the liquid. And remove the tip without touching the sides of the bottle or the neck on the way up. Flame the neck and replace the bung. Press down to the second stop, expelling the culture into the middle of your plate. Then eject the tip into your Virkon discard jar. Then take your agar, molten agar, which has been kept warm in a water bath. Loosen the cap. Then, working near the flame, obviously being careful of your hands, remove the lid, flame, again holding the lid in your little finger, lift the lid of the plate and pour on the agar. In this case, the bottles each contain 10 mils of agar, so we will require 2. You may have been given larger bottles for your practicals, which may fill 1 or more petri dishes from 1 bottle. Having added the agar, close the bottles and put them to one side. Move your plate backwards and forwards to spread the agar and gently mix in your culture. It is important when doing this method to make sure that your agar is at the correct temperature before you pour, because if it gets too cold it will set, but if it is too hot it will kill your bacteria. And as with all methods, it is important that your culture going in is well mixed. And the last point is, always remember to label your plate before you start, because as the culture is liquid, you can't label it when you finish, as you will still want to be labelling on the bottom, not on the lid, in case the lid gets switched. Carefully move it to one side to set and cool. When the agar is set and cold, you will invert for incubation, as you always do, so that any condensation forms in the lid and drains away from your culture. When you're done, close your tips